Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Alton Embers, and for today's video I am building something for myself, which is a wizard's lair, because after moving channels and doing collabs where I build for a sim, which is always good because then you'll be making a house that you would have never made before. You'll be doing ideas that you wouldn't have thought of before, so that making a house for an sim is always a good idea. It will push you out your comfort zone. Or I've been building a shell build for someone else to decorate, and I thought, you know what I need to do? You know what I need is just to build for myself, have a little bit of fun, and just sort of like not be restricted by packs, because that's what you've got to be careful of with doing collabs. Make sure you're not using any pack that they don't have. And so I thought, I know, let's just build something for myself, have some fun. Let's build something a bit higgledy-piggledy, a bit all over the place, and just have some fun with it. So before I started building this on this lot, I did try several attempts before this. So I tried it on a lot in, what's that place? It's the very big world. Oh, I use it, Windenburg. That's it. That's the cottagey place, isn't it? I did try to build it in the modern setting of Windenburg, where all like the clubs and gyms are, and I tried to build something that would it would have looked quite nice, but due to sort of like block constrictions, I couldn't do it. I wanted to make a build where it was on different levels, they're all like different heights, but I couldn't do it because there were some restrictions. So I think this was like the third or fourth attempt of trying to build something just for fun. So I went off to Glimmerbrook because it's a really nice, pretty world, and it's unfortunate it only has, what, 4, 5, 6 lots? I think it could have 6 lots. I'm not entirely sure, but it has a quite small number of lots, which is a shame. I am determined to do this voiceover in one take. Okay, so I do apologise for like the mishaps, but I'm determined for this to be done in one take. So I decided to do it in Glimmerbrook, and I made a higgledy-piggledy wizard's lair. It could be an evil wizard. There are some evil items in there. There's like evil potions with like the darker spellcasting books in there. So an evil witch or warlock or spellcaster, as they are known, could live here. Also, just before I built this house, I was doing my series of houses through the ages. So I was building the Tudor build. Now I've already built it, it's already done. I've just got to do the garden. Now I struggle with gardens normally just with a normal suburban home, and I don't know what to do, so I just normally sort of like chuck flowers at them, and I'll just hit the microphone, so I do apologise if you just heard that. So like I said, I would normally just chuck a flower at them and hope for the best, and they all kind of look the same. If you look closely at my gardens, they kind of look the same, because I just chuck a flower at them. But this is meant to be a traditional Tudor English house, so the garden needs to be a traditional Tudor garden. So what I would normally do if I'm struggling, I would go onto Pinterest, and that will give me ideas. But I assume that Pinterest is an American app, and it just feels like they're showing me pictures, what they think a traditional Tudor English garden will look like. I went, no, this is not what I want. And so I've been looking up online, and there's plenty of information out there, but it's they don't show me any pictures. And if you think of Tudor, you think of Henry VIII, and then you probably think of Hampton Court, which I have gone to several times, and they do have a garden, of course they do. But that is on a grand scale, and I'm trying to do a small Tudor garden. What I can remember, it's quite a long garden, it's quite long and thin, and so I'm trying to do something on a bit smaller scale. And also I want to make a Tudor garden that is usable for your Sims. I don't want to think, oh, that's pretty and that's nice, and just look at it. I want it to be a garden that your Sims can actually use and be functional. So what I've read from memory, it was a while ago, so from memory it said that Tudor gardens like to have a bit of a herb garden because they use herbs in their cooking, and they like topiary bushes and mazes. Okay. I remember as a kid loving puzzles. I love to sort of like put my pen down and trying to find the middle, trying to find the way out, but I was never good at drawing mazes. So I always asked my dad to draw mazes because I was rubbish at them. So I think the only option for me now is to make a maze. And so like, oh, I got to make a maze. Like I said, it's quite a long, thin garden, so mazes tend to be quite square. So this one's going to be, I don't know, rectangle. I mean, why not? It's The Sims, but I want it to be recognisable as a Tudor garden. So that's why you haven't seen it yet, because I'm just sitting at it and going, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. So it will be out. I do have an idea. I'm just going to go with it. It's going to be a rectangle maze, and then inside of it will be like a barbecue and stuff for Sims to do. It'll be interesting if Sims can actually play sort of like water balloon fights in a maze. That would be kind of cool, but I'm not too sure if there'll be enough space for it. So I'll be doing that soon. Also, I've been thinking recently of the Black Widow challenge. I've been looking that up. I've been watching to see what other people have done. I've also made the Black Widow just last night because I said I was going to do it. I said there was going to be another Let's Play on this channel, and there is. And so I was just thinking, I need to get on and do that, shall I? So I was researching it, and like I said, I made the Black Widow, and I used CC because why not? I had to re-download all my CC because just a couple of days ago I was just sorting out my laptop because there was so much stuff in it and it was all like clogging up and my bar was red. And so I was like, okay, I need to get rid of some stuff. So I got rid of the CC, thinking, oh, I won't use it. There won't be another time that I'll use it. A couple of days later, I think, I need to do something about this Black Widow challenge. It needs to happen. And so, oh, it'd be nice to use some CC. So I had to go back and download the CC that I deleted. So that's what I've been doing. I've also been thinking of how I can flesh out the Rags to Riches Let's Play because I have an idea. It was just a skeleton or a shell of an idea at first, but now I've thought about it and I'm really excited. It's more fleshed out, it's more fitted and fleshed out. I know, it's proper human now. It's now walking, it's now thinking this idea, it's now got legs, and I'm really excited. It's going to be so scandalous. And so just so we're not sort of like doing the teasers of making things and selling them off. So I've got in 8 minutes and I've not talked about the build so far. So we're now inside. I was struggling with the kitchen, as you can see, because this will change soon. And I was struggling with the kitchen, and I was inspired by a video that I saw where someone used different items from the catalogue to create a really cool kitchen. I was like, oh, that's such a good idea, and I really liked it. They were decorating a modern kitchen, and they used coffee tables. They raised them up and used shelves and used a wall decoration. I thought, oh, that's so cool, using different items to make a really cool kitchen. I like that. So it was inspired by that, this kitchen. It does change, I do promise. I don't know when. I edited this a couple weeks ago, so I can't remember. But so what I did, I decided to just get rid of everything, start with a clean slate, and then I was looking at pictures online on Pinterest, and a lot of traditional kitchens tend to have some like, I don't know, like a little jutty out bit around the hob, and it's quite fancy and let's say fancy, and it's quite fancy, and I thought, well, that's quite nice. But how can I create that in The Sims? Here, what I did, I created a shelf, the vampire shelf. I scaled it up and put it over the top of the hob. You'll see me do it sometime. When am I doing it? I've no idea. But you do see me scale up a vampire shelf, pop it over the top of the hob, and sort of like detail that bit, and it looks so nice. I'm very happy with it. There I am. There I go. Look, vampire shelf. Those two big sort of like cupboards to the other side. And the hob is in the middle, which is great because I was just decorating house for myself last night, and it was so annoying me that the hob was not in the middle. So, oh my god, it was doing me nothing. But look how good this looks. I do change that. Yeah, there we go. I'm just so happy with myself. I'll be happy if just one person go, oh, look at that, that's clever. I'll be happy if just someone else think it is also clever. I'll be so happy. But and look, I put little like green bits down there, and I put some like herbs, like I said, some herbs down, because there is a brewing cauldron room in the upper floor, and I'm really happy with it. I have play tested it out. That the big shelf and those other shelves, they do not get in your Sims way, because I know Sims can be finicky and a bit of a pain of a butt sometimes. Like, what is your problem? There's nothing in your damn way. But it's done. But like I said, it is play tested. It all works. It is great. I'm very happy. Sorry if I sound a bit mad and annoyed about things getting in your way, because I've got a Halloween build coming up and I've been sitting on it for such a long time. I think I started it in the beginning of the year, and I knew I wanted this for Halloween, so I've been sitting in it just for Halloween, also because there were so many damn rocks to place, and the garden was huge because it is set on the 60 by 60 lot, which is the biggest lot you can have in the game. And I finished building it. I was very happy with it, but for some strange reason my sim would not and refused to walk from A to B, despite being able to walk from A to B just a couple of minutes ago. Like, what is in your way? There's nothing in your way. It turns out there was a mysterious debug item that was underneath the ground, which I couldn't see. I only stumbled upon it because I was going, okay, this must be something wrong with the pathway in front of you, so I was trying to manipulate the terrain, and there it was, a debug item underneath the damn ground. But it's done, finally it is done. I am terrified of losing it. I have a certain feeling within inside me saying that something's going to go wrong, and I hate to dread it's going to be that build is going to disappear. Oh, now I said it, now it's going to happen. But anyway, let's talk about something jolly. This build, it's cozy, but as the description says on the gallery, because I have uploaded this because I was scared I was going to lose this build as well. I have uploaded to the gallery. It does say in the description, it may be cozy, but don't be deceived by it, because things aren't quite right, because there are some creepy things in here. I do put in some of the higher ranking skill books that are more darker in here. I was trying to find some like creepy objects in debug. I thought that'd be quite a lot of creepy objects in debug. No, there isn't. All I wanted to find was like, I don't know, like a doll's head in a jar. That would be great, but all I could find was a squid in a jar. I do detail this a little bit more off camera, because as I build things, they take about 6 hours to build. I'm like, ugh, clutter items, ugh. I don't want to do this, I want to go to bed. Because normally when I start these things, it's in the afternoon, and then when I finish them, it's quite late at night. So I'm like, but clutter items, like with gardening, with trees and flowers, clutter items make a home. So I do put in some more items. So it's like a creepy squid jar thing. you'd see me pull out a cabinet with a skull in it. I do put that in, I do bring that back. I put in one of the familiar orb things, like I said, some more of the creepy spell books. And in this room, in the study room, I do put in one of those gargoyles from Vampire Pack. I put it in the one that little cubby holes in the books, in the, what's it called? The bookcase. I put it in one of the holes in the bookcase. I just sized it down. It looks quite creepy because it looks like it's just coming out from the wall, peering through the bookcase, just waiting to grab you when you're least expecting it. And so it looks quite creepy. I'm quite happy with that because it's meant to be quite creepy, a little bit deceiving from the outside or from the inside. You're not quite expecting it. Put out the creepy painting because I believe during nighttime that they do something creepy, their faces change or they become headless. This is the only bathroom in this style. The other bathrooms in this house are different style. Is in a different style. They're all the same, but this one's different. Sorry about that. And this house is 2 bedrooms, 5 bathrooms. I only realised that as I was saving this house to the gallery. I didn't realise there were so many bathrooms. There is a reason, because you may have noticed there are 2 sets of staircase. There's a staircase to the left and there's a staircase to the right. So I don't want you to be in the living room and go, oh, I need to pee, and then realise the only bathroom nearest to you is the bathroom by your bedroom. So that meant you had to go through the hallway, through the dining room, up the stairs and into one of the en-suites upstairs. And I didn't want you to be in the brewing room and go, I need to pee, and think, okay, I need to go down a set of stairs, I need to go through the hallway, down a set of stairs and then into a bathroom. I want it to be convenient for your Zooms. This is the living room area. I'm really happy with it. I don't know what it is about it, but it could be because it's upstairs and separate from everything else. A couple of years ago, I went on holiday with my family in this country, in the UK, where we rented out a cottage, and it was really nice. It was by a river, and the living room was separate, and it was upstairs. There was just something about it. It was quite nice. It's nice to have a living room upstairs and separate. With these rugs, I quite liked the configuration of the rugs that you saw, but I wasn't happy with the colours because it was like warm colours and they added a blue rug in there. Why is there a blue rug in there? So I thought, let's just do it myself. We have those rugs separately, so let's just do it myself. Why not? I really like this room. It's nice and cozy, nice and warm, lovely jubbly. It's quite cluttered, which is unusual for me. I don't normally clutter my houses that much. Because like I said, when I clutter my rooms, it's either normally right after a 6-hour build or a new day. It's probably more likely a new day, like a couple of days later, but I feel like I can get on with doing the clutter and the gardening. Oh, yes. So this has 2 bedrooms. There is a reason why it has only 2 bedrooms. One, I wanted it to have a 3-bedroom, but I also wanted a cauldron. So 1 bedroom, this bedroom here, was sacrificed and made into a cauldron room. If you would like it to have a 3-bedroom, then just get rid of the cauldron and make it into a bedroom. This is my favourite bedroom ever. Well, not ever. But anyway, it's bloody lovely. I love it. It is in my favourite colour, which is navy blue. In my last house part, I was exploring a realm of magic. It was the spellcaster's home. That was done on the other lot. I really wanted to use this bed because I really like it. I really like the stars, I really like the moons, but for that build it didn't suit because that build was quite warm. It had quite warm woods. But since this room is technically on another part of the build, it's in own little space. You have to go through a walkway to get to it. I thought, why not use this bed? This bed fits in this quite small room, and it fits. And I love that little rug. I normally gloss over the house because the first swatch is kind of ugly. But I normally gloss over it, and it has quite nice swatches in there, and it kind of looks like a cloud, and it's like, oh, you're in your bed in there, like in the sky, and that's like the cloud, and you got the star and the moons above you, and it looks so nice. And I would love to have that room as my own because it's just so nice and navy blue and okay. Let's move on to the second bedroom, the last bedroom. There could have been a third bedroom, that could have been, which was the cauldron bedroom. There could also have been a fourth bedroom. Now, the reason why I didn't make the fourth bedroom into a bedroom is because to get to the cauldron room, you have to go through the fourth bedroom. And I tried to put walls in there so it was cut off, it was secluded, it was in separate room, but that would have made the space even smaller, bearing in mind the space was quite small in the first place. So I did try to make a room and then make the hallway separate, but again it made the already small space even smaller. So I just decided to make it into like quite a big hallway. It's quite a big hallway, but too small to be a room. It's one of those rooms. I did put in a bookcase because if you were in this room, the cauldron room, and you wanted to pick up a book, that means going all the way down 2 flights of stairs, going past the dining room, going past the hallway, and then into the study. So I do put in some bookcases in that weird hallway where that's too big for a hallway, too small for a bedroom. Really wanted to make this cauldron brewing place quite extravagant, quite different to the rest of the build, quite fancy. This is where you would concoct your potions. There are some quite evil looking potions in there because I do put in some shelves which have some quite high level potions from the debugger section. There are also some sciencey potions in there, so you've got like the death potion. I thought, yeah, that's dark, isn't it? Death, that's dark. So I put that in there. There's just like a shelf underneath that second picture just by the cauldron. Have play tested, like I said, this cauldron works. It works being shoved into the corner there. I was panicking a little bit, it's going to set the house alight. So like I said, that room next to it is going to be a bathroom. 22 minutes, ooh, look at me go. And this was my third time of doing this voiceover. You do not know how long it normally takes me to do a voiceover. 20 minutes of a voiceover can take me an hour or 2 hours. So this is my third attempt, and that was only because I messed up the intro twice. So this is my third attempt doing a voiceover. It's very good, and I managed to talk through most of it, which is good. But I'm going to leave you guys here. This is the weird room I was talking about. Look at it. It's huge for a hallway, massive for a bedroom. But I'm going to leave you guys here because it is coming to the end of the build. And in the screenshots you will see all the added little extras that I've done. So I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please like and subscribe. And please enjoy the rest of your day. Oh, I also put in a doorway. So during the end of this build, I was like, oh, I put in a balcony. There's no door to this balcony. Oh, let's put one in, shall we? But anyway, I'll see you on the next video, because it would always be me. Okay. Always find the ending awkward. Like, do I say bye? I'm going to say bye. Bye-bye. No, that was patronising. Okay, bye. Bye.